SGC here, and we're back for a movie review. Edge of 17. It's a 2016 American comedy drama film directed and written by Kelly Fernan Craig. This movie stars Hailee Steinfeld, Lu Richardson, Blake Jenner, Woody Harrelson, Kyra Sedgwick, Hayden Szeto, and everyone else. Check down below. So what's this movie about? Well, basically it's just about the life of a 17-year-old. Nadine, she has to deal with her brother, her dad's death, her best friend issues, her crush issues, being liked issues, dealing with school, teachers, parents, and all that stuff, and just living life. And how does she respond? And this is basically the entire film. So what did I think? Well, first off, I watched the trailer, and I got really sold when Woody Harrelson replied that he's writing a suicide note when Hailee Steinfeld saying, "I'm gonna kill myself." That was just great. That sarcastic comedy really sold me. And then later on, I hear more things about this movie, about being it's authentic and real, and it's great. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a backseat in terms of being a critic, in terms of just having cinematography at the forefront, but rather just enjoy what's gonna happen. And I'm so glad that I showed up and watched this, because it's just great. It's great in the sense where the story is real. That's what people are throwing around about this movie, is that it's really authentic. It is a true coming-of-age movie about 17-year-olds, how they deal with things in their lives. And I dig it. The acting is exceptional. Hailee Steinfeld owns this movie. Every scene that she's in is just great. There's no slow time at all. Realistically, everyone did their job. Woody Harrelson stole the scenes that he was in. It was just great being an authentic teacher and just being real to his students. Really understood that concept of just wanting that when I was a 17-year-old. And just the problems Nadine had, her brother issues, just being jealous, or just having a brother that seemed to be so perfect and had his life all together, and then dealing with a mother who just doesn't understand her, and just dealing with herself. She just doesn't understand herself. She's just like sick of herself and just critiques herself over and over, and just like, I can't stand this person that I am and I don't know what to do. And then dealing with some random dude in history class that seems to like her. Sure, there are some story plot arcs that feel cliche, but it is cliche because it's real. But it's just has a sour taste in your mouth because you've seen it done so many times in other movies that overall isn't great. So you just assume things, and it's just, but it delivers. The story arcs come full circle and just really changes how she sees things, and the themes, and just the atmosphere. I just really enjoyed it. It was a great time. A lot of authentic acting. I mean, Hayden Szeto as Erwin Kim, great stuff. I mean, it just felt realistic. He's just super nervous around the girl that he has a crush on, and he just doesn't know how to react, and then all of a sudden there's so much attention thrown at him, and he's just like, oh my goodness, what do I do? He just freaks out and everything. And it's just great. He doesn't play the stereotypical Asian person that's in the background. This guy's in the forefront, and I really, really appreciate that. When the cast names start popping up in the beginning, it's just like a lot of Caucasian names, and all of a sudden there's like a random Korean name, and I'm like, oh man, he's just gonna be some like side character that's not that important. But as a side character, he had his role, and it was crucial to the entirety of the plot, and I really did enjoy that. All these puzzles and pieces falling in together to just create this movie was just really great. Cinematography wise, I don't really know. I mean, it's easy to watch. It doesn't hurt in that department. Editing is nothing like too standout-ish. It's just your typical drama, comedy. I think it's a lot easier to watch, say, compared to Me and Earl and Dying Girl. There's a lot of cuts that was done really great in that film, but I just felt like here is more for a general audience connection here, and I felt that it was just great. I connected really well. I was invested in these characters. I understood where they were coming from, and the life lessons that they're trying to teach you story-wise was a great one, in the sense where everyone goes through this. And I think that's the biggest draw of this film, is that sure, you might not be a 17-year-old teenager at some high school and just your brother is super perfect and your best friend hooked up with him and you don't understand. You connect with that. I certainly can't, because I'm not a girl and I don't have a older brother throughout the entire film, potentially you can see yourself in different aspects of these people. I saw myself in Erwin. I think it's getting kind of personal here, but that's how I invested in this film. As in, like, Erwin totally... The acting was just spot on the whole nervousness of, like, just talking to a girl that you just sort of went on a whim, as in you risked it and you start a conversation and it actually kept rolling and you're just like, oh my god, I don't know what's going to do. Like, what am I supposed to do now? I don't know. There is no contingency. And you freak out, and then when things are just like, that wasn't planned, that's amazing, you get super excited, and it was just great. So hopefully Hayden Szeto get more roles, please. It'll be awesome just to see more representation of the Southeast Asian-ness in Hollywood. I mean, look at Pacific Rim 2. Holy crap, there's a lot of Chinese people in that film. But I digress. So yes, this film, enjoyable, good life lessons. The story, execution, in terms of just what it deals with, is impactful. As in, you really can tell that she's doing things that seem logical to her, but to us it was like, come on, you're a mess, come on. And throughout the film, like the highs and lows, you can see like the hopefulness. Oh my goodness, is it really gonna go there? Like, is it gonna be a happy ending, or is she finally happy? And then there's low points, and it's not just something she's doing that's dumb. It's just like, this is her character. This is how she reacts to a situation. And obviously, I think her narration and this character is real. I definitely swear there's probably individuals that can totally connect 100% to her on some level, in terms of just being not liked or not understood, and just really don't liking themselves. It's like a accumulation of just all the bad things that can happen, and it is an exaggeration. Hopefully that won't put you off too much, but it's just really genuine and authentic, and I really did enjoy that. And I swear, I just finished the film and I'm already like, I definitely don't mind watching it again, because it's just great. All those emotions, the comedy, the hits, and just like, just dealing with life. This is a legit slice of life, coming of age drama comedy, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I don't think I liked something like this as much recently. I mean, me and Earl and the Dying Girl, I watched that 3 times because I was totally up for it, because it was just great to see the cinematography and all that. Story-wise, I wasn't that invested, but it was fun. But here, I felt like the characters, their acting was just great. The direction here was just great. The director having just this ability to get these actors and actresses to this level of, like, just portrayal where you can really just call out to the audience to, like, connect. And the director, this is her first film. I really hope that she keeps on this, like, this flame that she's gonna have. Definitely getting a lot of great stuff thrown her way. I mean, 95% on Rotten Tomatoes as of this filming. And I definitely hope she doesn't get a huge blockbuster love story with huge Hollywood stars. Because here, this was great. It was using lesser known people, and the budget is low. And it was, I mean, budget, I don't know. I'm assuming it's low. It doesn't seem that expensive. But anyway, authentic. I loved everyone's acting. They fit their roles. They did what they needed, and it was authentic, and it was great, and it was a great deliverance. Sure, you might be turned off by the whole high school-esque of it, but really, you would connect. I hope you can connect, as in, like, oh, reminiscing or nostalgic those days of just not being understood, misunderstood, or just not understanding yourself. I think anyone can connect with that, and if you can't, then I don't know what to say. Maybe try. Maybe this movie will try to get you to connect with yourself, and just to realize, as the movie says in one part, it's just like, whatever you're going through, it will pass, be it good or bad. And I really love that message, as in, you gotta cherish, obviously, if it's great, and if it's bad, well, it's gonna pass. You can, soldier on. You deal with it with the best way that you personally can deal with. So yeah, I think this movie, I am totally biased, because I totally connect with this film. If you're some crazy cinephile critic, it might be harder to sell. If you're not attuned, or like if you don't like teenagers, that's going to be a hard sell. So there's that obstacle. If you don't like teenagers, but hopefully you can get over that obstacle and just really appreciate how authentic this movie is. You were a teenager once. You probably would get something out of it. So anyway, enough of me freaking out and recommending this like mad. This is it for the review. So if you have seen The Edge of 17, leave your comments down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And that is it for this movie review for The Edge of 17. Out!